Hello everyone. Welcome to Avision Institute. I welcome you all to our YouTube channel. Welcome to Daily Dose of Vocabulary based on the Hindu editorials. So like every day I'm again here with top 10 vocabulary words based on the Hindu editorials and your top 3 idiomatic expressions we are going to do. Every day we do top 3 idiomatic expressions, which is an extra touch to our session. I hope you are liking these sessions. If you are liking these sessions, please do comment in our comment section and let us know how you are liking our sessions. So like every day, let us start our session with our motivational line. And a very good morning to you all. Let's see what is our motivational line for today. For today, our motivational line is: the only person who is educated is the one who has learned how to learn and change. So, what is this meaning? What is the meaning of this motivational line? The motivational line means that the only person who is educated is the one. So, that person is educated, is really educated, who has learned how to learn. So that means you have marked up your books, or you have scored 100 on 100, or your metrics are awesome, you have good marks in your examination, in your report card, in your results. That doesn't matter. So marks doesn't matter. What matters is that person is really educated, who has learned how to learn. So if you have learned this, if you know this, if you are really good in this, that how to learn, if you know how to learn, that means how you have learned the procedure that you have learned, right? You know how to learn. That is when you are educated, and you know how to change, and you know the process of changing, right? So you know the process of learning, you know how to learn something, then you are educated, because you know how you can learn something, what are the shortcuts, what are the procedures, you know all these, right? So that is when you become an educated person. So an educated person should not always get 100 on 100 in marks, or may not always get satisfactory results, but if you know how to learn, you are educated, right? Let us with this motivational line, let us start our session, and let us see what is our first vocabulary word for today. Our first vocabulary word for today is bestow. Okay, bestow is a verb. What is the meaning of bestow? Bestow का meaning हिंदी में होता है सम्मान देना. So you mean bestow means you to respect somebody, right? To give something as an honor or present. So you are giving something as an honor, you are respecting that person, you are honoring that person. That is called bestow something, right? Synonyms can be award, grant. Antonyms can be take, deny. These can be the antonyms. How to use it in a sentence? The king will bestow a title and land to the man who saved the princess. So what will happen? तो यहाँ पे एक राजा है, राजा विल बेस्टो मतलब राजा सम्मानित करेंगे उनको टू द मैन हु सेव्ड द प्रिंसेस. तो जो प्रिंसेस को बचाएगा, राजकुमारी को जो बचा के लाएगा, उसको राजा ये उपहार देंगे, ये प्रेजेंट देंगे. ही विल प्रेजेंट अ टाइटल एज वेल एज अ पार्ट ऑफ लैंड, राइट? So what is our next vocab? Let us see what is our next vocab. Our next vocab is tacit. Tacit is an adjective. Okay, tacit is an adjective जिसका meaning हिंदी में होता है उपलक्षित, or you can say in English understood or implied without being stated, right? So you have understood or you have implied something without being stated, without stating it, you have understood it. Synonyms can be implicit, inferred, insinuated, unspoken. These can be the similar words. Antonyms can be blatant, evident, manifest, explicit. These can be the antonyms. How to use it in a sentence? By leaving my keys in my car, I am giving you tacit approval to borrow my car anytime you like. That means it's an indirect approval. So what is the meaning of this sentence? पहले ये समझ लेते हैं. By leaving my keys in my car, तो मेरे गाड़ी के अंदर मैं अपना keys छोड़ के आ गई. That means I am giving you tacit approval to borrow my car anytime you like. तो इसका मतलब ये होता है कि मैं तुमको tacit approval दे रही हूँ, मतलब मैं तुमको indirectly approve कर रही हूँ, बता रही हूँ कि तुमको जब भी मेरी गाड़ी की ज़रूरत हो तुम उसको borrow कर सकते हो. Right? So that is tacit. Our next vocab is downbeat. Downbeat is an adjective which means in Hindi nirashajanak, right? You know nirashajanak, or you can say pessimistic or gloomy also. That is also called downbeat. Synonyms can be despondent, depressed, distrustful. These can be the synonyms. Antonyms can be optimistic, propitious, auspicious, cheerful. These can be the antonyms. How to use it in a sentence? The overall mood of the meeting was downbeat. So what is it? The overall mood of the meeting was downbeat. That means the mood of the meeting, the whole meeting was not at all exciting. It was downbeat. The mood was downbeat. The mood was depressing. Okay, that means nobody was happy. Nobody was energetic in the meeting. Right, that is called downbeat. Let us see our next vocab. Our next vocab is backstop. Backstop is a noun जिसका मीनिंग होता है पूर्वावधान, और यू कैन से एन इमरजेंसी प्रिकॉशन और लास्ट रिजॉर्ट. मतलब आखिरी में आपके पास जो ऑप्शन बचा हुआ है, दैट इज माई लास्ट रिजॉर्ट, दैट इज द बैकस्टॉप. Or you can say synonyms can be safeguard, preventive measure, insurance. Antonyms can be constraint, limitation, restriction, sanction. These can be the opposite words. How to use it in a sentence? The government recently introduced an insurance program to backstop money funds. So the government has recently introduced, they have introduced an insurance program, right? For what reason? To backstop money funds. That means to safeguard money funds. So to safeguard the money funds, government has introduced an insurance program. So here we have our first idiomatic expression for today. What is our first idiomatic expression for today? It's a stitch in time saves 9. A stitch in time saves 9. So what is the meaning of this idiomatic expression? The meaning of this idiomatic expression is, fix the problem now because it will get worse later. तो जैसे कि हम लोग बोलते हैं कि इस प्रॉब्लम का सलूशन अभी निकाल लो, क्योंकि ये जितना दिन जाएगा, जितना टाइम जाएगा, समय जाएगा, ये इतना ही वर्स होता जाएगा, मतलब ख़राब होता जाएगा. सो यू शुड फिक्स द एनी प्रॉब्लम, यू शुड ब्रिंग सल्यूशन टू एनी प्रॉब्लम क्विकली, राइट? यू शुड नॉट कीप एनी प्रॉब्लम. So that is the meaning of this idiomatic expression, a stitch in time saves 9, right? Our next vocab is carcass. So carcass is a noun. Carcass is a very common word. आप लोगों ने सुना होगा carcass. So it means it is a very common word. Many of us have heard carcass. Carcass का meaning होता है in Hindi शव. That means a dead body. Basically carcass, this word is related to dead body of animals, as you can see here, animals, but carcass is also used for human beings sometimes, right? So specifically it is used for animals, but it can also be used for human beings as well, right? Synonyms can be corpse, synonyms can be cadaver, remains, relics. Okay, antonyms can be revival, alive, essence, resurrection. These can be the antonyms. How to use it in a sentence? We called animal control to remove an animal carcass on our street. So हमारे रास्ते में एक animal का carcass पड़ा हुआ था. There was a dead body. Maybe some animal died, or a dog who lived beside the road. It died, right? So we called the animal control to remove that dead body of the dog from the street, right? That is called carcass. Our next vocab is devolve. Devolve is a verb जिसका meaning हिंदी में होता है सौंपना. right? Or you can say to pass on something from one person to a lower entity. So basically it's it can be, what should we pass? It can be passing of a responsibility, passing of a right, passing of powers, right? So like the central government passes the powers to the state government, that is called devolving of powers. Synonyms can be depute, assign, consign, entrust. These can be the synonyms. Antonyms can be centralize, retain, preserve, confine. These can be the antonyms. So how to use it in a sentence? The building will devolve to his eldest son. The building will devolve to his eldest son. What is the meaning of this? That the building that is being spoken about in this sentence, the building will devolve to his eldest son. That means the building will pass on to his eldest son. That means that his eldest son will become the owner of this building, right? Alright, so let us see our next vocab. Our next vocab is expunge. Expunge is a verb जिसका meaning होता है मिटाना, or you can say obliterate or remove completely. That means you are removing completely. You can say something unwanted, you are expunging, you are removing something unwanted which is not necessary anymore, or any unpleasant thing, right? That can be expunge, right? Synonyms can be eradicate, eliminate, abolish, annihilate. These can be the synonyms. Antonyms can be renovate, repair, restore, revamp. These can be the antonyms. How to use it in a sentence? The lawyer did everything he could to expunge his client's name from the murder scandal. So the lawyer's responsibility is to take out his or her client from any maybe criminal case or any civil case, right? So this is the work of a lawyer, to save his client, right? So in this sentence, what is the meaning? So lawyer ने सब कुछ किया to expunge his client's name from the murder scandal. तो एक murder scandal में इस lawyer का client जो है वो फंस गया था. So the lawyer did everything, उसने सब कुछ किया उसके client का नाम expunge करने के लिए, मतलब remove करने के लिए उस murder scandal में से. Right, so we have our next idiomatic expression. What is it? Our next idiomatic expression is a store in a teacup. What is the meaning of this idiomatic expression? A storm in a teacup, not a store. A storm in a teacup. What is the meaning of this idiomatic expression? Let's see. A big fuss about a small problem. So what do you mean by a big fuss? That means a big problem. Okay, a big massacre, a big mess up. Okay, so everything became a hodgepodge about a small problem. So the problem was very small, but everything became a hodgepodge, a big problem created out of this small problem. So something bigger happened due to a small problem. That is when we use this kind of an idiomatic expression, like a storm in a teacup. Right, our next vocabulary word is untrammeled. Untrammeled is an adjective जिसका meaning होता है बेरोक, or you can say not deprived of freedom of action or expression, not restricted or hampered. So something you are not restricted, that means nobody is going to restrict you, right? So you are free. That is called untrammeled. Synonyms can be unobstructed, unhampered, unrestrained. Antonyms can be limited, restrained, restricted, obstructed. These can be the antonyms. How to use it in a sentence? Allowing the dictator's power to go untrammeled is dangerous, and someone needs to put it in check. So who is the dictator? Dictator means जो शासन करते हैं. So the powerful person who has got all the powers, right? So before, in our country, the British were the dictators. So they used to rule in our country. So the dictator's power, if you allow the dictator's power to go untrammeled means if you set dictator's power to be free, that is very dangerous, and someone needs to put it in check. So if someone needs to put it in check, you should check. Someone needs to check the powers. If the powers are free, then the dictator is going to do anything, right? Whatever comes to in his mind, because nobody is going to stop him from doing that, right? Our next vocab is pander. Pander is a verb which means बढ़ावा देना. right? In English, you can say to spoil a person by giving him his desires, usually something immoral or illegal. Basically, we are pandering somebody, you are spoiling somebody by giving him his desires, usually something immoral or illegal. That means the person desires that I want to eat the meat of a tiger. So how can you eat the meat of a tiger? Because it's not at all. Maybe you have money, you can arrange it, you can kill a tiger and eat his meat and try to eat that, but that is illegal, right? That is immoral kind of a thing, and that is not correct at all, right? So that is something illegal, you should not do it. It is against the laws. So this is pander, means if you are letting that person's desires to be successful, that is pander. Synonyms can be indulge, gratify, it can be satisfy, yield, right? This can be the synonyms. Antonyms can be dissatisfied, deny, refuse, disturb. These can be the opposite words. How to use it in a sentence? Because John wants his son to value $1, he does not pander to his whims by giving him everything he wants. So now what is whims? Whims means something we need casually, like a baby wants everything, wants something or the other every minute. If I'm a baby, if I'm a child, then every minute I'll ask my mom, I want this, dad, I want this, mom, I want this, mom, I want that, mom, I want this, mom, I want to eat this, I want to buy that, I want to play with that, I want to play with this, right? So I will if I'm a baby, I'll keep on asking about things, I'll keep on nagging like this, right? So this is whims. So what John did was, John wants his son to value $1. So John wanted his son that his son is should value $1, which should value money, right? So he does not pander to his whims. He does not make his son's whims successful. So whatever his son wants, he doesn't give him that, right? So by giving him everything he wants, he does not give his son whatever he wants, right? So that is what when he is not pandering to his whims, right? Our last vocabulary word is block. BLOC, block. Block is a noun जिसका meaning होता है good, or you can say a group of countries or political parties with common interest who have formed an alliance. Alliance means a treaty, you can say. There are certain, what do you mean by a bloc? A group of countries maybe, or group of political parties with common interest. So they have a common interest, means I am interested in chocolate, you are interested in chocolate, right? So that is a common interest. So that is when a bloc is formed. Synonyms can be association, coalition, federation. Antonyms can be non-alignment, unconnectedness, or disunion. So how can you use it in a sentence? Many of the Arab nations are considering forming a bloc to protect themselves in preparation of war. So many of the Arab nations are considering forming a bloc. So there are many Arab nations who are considering who are forming a bloc to protect themselves in preparation of war, right? So that is block. Our last idiomatic expression for today is an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So this is something you should know. This is not an easy idiomatic expression. You should know the meaning of this. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. What is the meaning of this idiomatic expression, and where do we use this? You can prevent a problem with little effort. Fixing it later is harder. So this is the same thing that we got on the previous idiomatic expression, the same meaning, that you can prevent a problem with little effort. If you put a little effort, you can prevent a problem from happening. I'm not telling you can find out a solution of the problem. You can prevent that problem. That means that problem will not come, will not arise, will not happen, right? So you can prevent a problem. If you put a little effort, if you do a little hard work, the problem will not arise. But if that problem arises, then fixing it later will be harder, will be difficult. So that is when, if this kind of a situation arises, that is when we use an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So basically the meaning is you should prevent something from happening. You should prevent a problem from occurring, because to cure takes time. Cure takes difficult work, hard work, right? So guys, this was all about our top 10 vocabulary words. I hope you liked the session, and if you like the session, then please like the video and comment in our videos. Write to us in the comment section. Share it with your friends and relatives who need this kind of videos. If you are new to our channel, subscribe our channel and do click on the bell icon so that you get all the recent updates whenever a new video is posted. So see you next day. Till then, take care. Goodbye.